BTS news today when two big figures from the South Korean entertainment industry, BTS's Jimin and Si-hyuk, spoke about a very sensitive issue. The world fell silent recently. The two created huge waves in the national conversation after delivering statements that stunned military officials, the media, and the general public. What exactly are they saying that is capable of silencing policymakers and making the whole world pay attention? South Korea's conscription system has long been a topic of debate, especially among celebrities of global influence. All healthy South Korean men are required to serve in the military for 18 to 21 months, without exception. However, the existence of BTS, the world's largest music group that brings billions of dollars to the South Korean economy, raises the question, should global artists like them be given an exception? This debate culminated when Jimin and Si-hyuk attended a special press conference. In an unexpected moment, they delivered a statement that not only touched on the issue of conscription, but also described a great vision for the future of their country. As a member of BTS, Jimin has a highly heard voice, both domestically and internationally. In his speech, Jimin emphasized the importance of understanding the contribution of individuals to society. It's not about getting exemptions, he said. It's about how we define contribution to the country. Everyone has a unique way of serving, and I believe that what we do on the world stage is another form of that service. His speech touched the hearts of many. He went on to mention how BTS has worked relentlessly to promote Korean culture through music, language, and art. We are ambassadors of culture. We introduce hanbok, kimchi, even hangul to different parts of the world. Is it of no value to this nation? Asked Jimin, who was greeted with a standing ovation. Si-hyuk added weight to Jimin's argument by conveying his more strategic and future-oriented views. In his speech, he not only talked about BTS, but also about how South Korea should view the conscription system in the context of globalization and international competition. South Korea is currently at the forefront in many ways, from technology to culture to economy. We can't keep getting stuck in the old ways. Tradition is important, but innovation is the key to survive and thrive in the future, Si-hyuk said in a confident tone. He highlighted the economic impact generated by BTS, which contributes billions of dollars to South Korea's GDP each year. BTS is a clear example of how pop culture can be a strategic asset to a country. If we want to remain relevant on the world stage, we must support individuals and groups who make great contributions to the nation, even if it means redefining the concept of national service, he added. This statement clearly left military officials speechless. For many years, they have firmly adhered to the principle that conscription is an obligation that all men without exception must fulfill. However, the arguments presented by Jimin and Si-hyuk challenge their traditional way of thinking. A high-ranking official present at the conference even admitted their arguments are very reasonable. This is the first time I've really considered that cultural contributions can be equated with military contributions. On the other hand, the public reaction was divided. BTS fans, especially ARMY, gave their full support to this statement. Social media was flooded with hashtags such as #CulturalContributionMatters and #BTS4Korea. However, some conservatives feel that this approach could undermine the fairness of the conscription system. If we start making exceptions, where is the line? Everyone can claim that they contributed in their own way. One of the critics said in a televised debate, although this debate is far from over, there is no denying that Jimin and Si-hyuk's statements have opened the door to a broader dialogue. They not only speak for BTS, but also for the younger generation who want to see a change in a system that has been running for decades. We are not asking for the abolition of conscription, Jimin explained. We only ask for recognition that everyone's contribution to the country can take different forms. Si-hyuk closed the conference with a strong message. South Korea is a great nation because of its ability to adapt and evolve. Let us continue to defend it, not by resisting change, but by embracing it. Some analysts believe that the statements of Jimin and Si-hyuk could be the first step towards major reforms in the South Korean conscription system. The government now faces pressure to reconsider the criteria for conscription, especially for individuals who have made significant contributions in other fields, fields such as culture, sports, and science. However, this step will certainly not be easy. South Korea's military system is not only about defense, but also a symbol of national unity. Making changes to the system requires time, dialogue, and deep compromise. This moment once again proves that BTS is more than just a music group. They are change agents who use their platform to bring important issues to the discussion table, both at the national and international level. For us, it's not just about BTS. It's about how we as a nation can move forward together, appreciate each individual's contribution, and create a better future. Jimin said in closing his speech, Jimin and Si-hyuk statements have shaken the established system for decades. In a changing world, their arguments invite us to rethink how we define contribution to the state. Will this bring about real changes in South Korea's conscription system? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Jimin and Si-hyuk have opened the door to a much-needed conversation, bringing hope to future generations and showing the world that the power of culture cannot be underestimated. After Jimin and Si-hyuk's statements, pressure on the South Korean government increased. International media, from the New York Times to the BBC, reported on the event, highlighting how the issue of conscription is now a global debate, not just a domestic South Korean one. Some lawmakers began to voice the need for a re-evaluation of conscription policy. In an increasingly globally connected world, we must adapt national policies to new realities. Otherwise, we risk losing our best talents to other countries. A member of parliament from the Progressive Party said in an interview. However, on the other hand, conservative groups and some military officials remain true to the old principles. They argue that granting exceptions, even of any kind, can create dangerous precedents and diminish national solidarity. Academics and economists are also involved in this discussion. Some economists underline the data that BTS directly and indirectly contributes more than $5 billion a year to the South Korean economy. The impact is not only from album or concert sales, but also tourism, cultural products, and promotion of Korea as a global destination. If we lose BTS even for 1 year, the economic loss could be huge, said an economics professor from Seoul University. They're a national asset, as important as a big company like Samsung or Hyundai. On the other hand, sociologists remind about the importance of maintaining a sense of justice in society. The conscription system is a symbol of equality in South Korea. If an exception is given to BTS, we need to make sure that the policy is fair and does not only apply to celebrities, a sociologist told a panel discussion. In the midst of this debate, ARMY, BTS's global fanbase, played an important role in shaping public opinion. Through online petitions, social media campaigns, and opinion pieces in various media outlets, ARMY highlighted BTS' positive impact on South Korea. We not only support BTS as artists, but also as symbols of change and innovation. What they do for Korean culture is bigger than just music, an ARMY officer wrote in an open letter published in a local newspaper. Even some soldiers from abroad argue that if BTS are required to undergo military service without any recognition of their contributions, that could be a signal that South Korea does not appreciate the global achievements of its citizens. This statement also sparked discussions about how the South Korean entertainment industry should adapt.